Alright you guys, ZFR back here once again, and pretty much in this video I want to talk to you guys about the life paths in Cyberpunk 2077. Now we all know the deal with the life paths before the game launched. They were pretty much hyped up to be these really big game changing things. Like a lot of us were hoping that if you chose the Nomad life path, you would spend most of your time out in the Badlands smuggling stuff in and out of the city, and you would rise to fame or something like that. And if you were a street kid, you would be doing all these back alley petty jobs and eventually move up to bigger stuff like bank heist and all that. And then of course you have the corporal path, where it would be like this really almost kind of like this espionage type gameplay where it's a lot of backstabbing, undercutting, and a lot of dialogue focused gameplay and stuff. A lot of us, and then of course we expected a lot of freedom and kind of just that messing really well with a fluent RPG system where you can play the game how you want it, as whatever kind of V you want it to. This is the type of stuff we thought we were going to be getting. That was my watch, by the way, guys. This is the type of stuff we thought we were going to be getting with the Cyberpunk 2077 life paths. However, of course, we all know that's not how it went in the actual game. It actually ended up being more like the three life paths are the exact same thing, except the only difference is the first 30 minutes of the campaign is different, and then pretty much there's a few special dialogue choices throughout. And the reason this became a big controversy was for the simple fact that CDPR pretty much used the first 30 minutes from each life path to make it seem like the life path playthroughs were going to be damn near completely different, or at least have so many differences that like the game will be worth replaying 3 times over just for the life paths alone. And that's just not the case in the actual product. So I mean, a lot of people are still very frustrated with that, and a lot of people are still hoping that we might get something along the lines of seeing an expansion on the life paths. Seeing the life paths expanded and see more added to them to kind of really flush them out a lot more. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I personally don't really see any major scale reworks of the life path system coming, unless it comes in the form of paid DLC. That's right, paid DLC. I think that would be the only way we would see something of that scale, because you just kind of have to realize that it would take a lot of time, money, and of course they would have to get all the actors and stuff to come back in, depending on whether they do something that's set after the main campaign, which is something a lot of people are wondering how they're going to work around with DLC, because Cyberpunk's campaign has a very dead end type story where there's very little room to really continue it. So personally, I'm thinking that the DLC is going to add stuff that takes place before the end of Cyberpunk 2077 story that kind of just fits in with the rest of it and just add on to that. So if that's the case, I guess they might be able to add more life path stuff. Who knows? Maybe we might even get a new life path or two. I kind of don't know about that one. I kind of don't want that, to be honest. I would rather them really flush the ones we have out. But like I said, I mean, unless it's paid DLC, I can't see them adding new cutscenes, adding a ton of new dialogue and stuff like that, adding all of these different branching paths and stuff like we were hoping the game was going to be, or like they told us the game was going to be. I just think it's going to take a little bit more for that. However, I do think they could do some slight things. Like they could add some I don't know, I guess maybe put some life path centric missions in the game, like maybe give the player certain missions that he can only access, or that players can only access with certain life paths. And I don't know, I'm just kind of brainstorming when I say that. Like for instance, maybe in the Badlands give the players the option to undertaking these to do jobs, to go to Dakota maybe for jobs with smuggling and stuff like that, and do these big smuggling type missions. Maybe give the street kid the ability to, like I was saying earlier, rob banks. Maybe give the corporal the option to I don't know, work with net runners or something to hack stuff, add like smaller scale stuff like that, in the form of kind of like gig style or gig size missions or style missions and stuff like that. I really want to see car chases added to the game a lot. Like I want that to be a part of Cyberpunk 2077. It's kind of crazy that we don't have those as just more dynamic events throughout the world, but like I said, CDPR, like a lot of stuff just isn't the way players had expected it to be with the game launching. But yeah, overall, I think it would be cool to see an expansion on Lifepaths. I personally want to see something. I think we even will see them expand upon it all. I personally can't see them ignoring the kind of backlash they're getting from players and fans about the Lifepaths. A lot of people want to see them improve, like by a lot. However, unfortunately, I just really can't, unless it comes in the form of not free DLC, paid DLC. Like I said, I just can't see them going the extra mile with really overhauling the Lifepaths as they are now. Because in my opinion, as they are now, they would pretty much damn near have to add a ton of new missions and rework the entire campaign just about. In my opinion, if they really want to do it right, faithful to what people want. However, I can't see that, man. I just can't see that happening. I think if we do get something, it'll be something a little bit more small scale. But, hopefully they do it, because in all honesty, I've been trying to do some roleplay builds for Cyberpunk, and it's just not as fun as other games because you don't have the option to make V any kind of character you want. So hopefully they do a little bit more with the role-playing aspect in the game as well. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. What would you want to see going forward in Cyberpunk 2077 with Lifepaths? Like, do you think they need to be worked on? Do you think other stuff is more important right now? Do you even think like that we're going to get anything new with them in the future going forward? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more great Cyberpunk 2077 content. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. I will see you guys on the next one. ZFR out, guys.